Welcome to part 3 of YogaDance. In this 10-minute section, we'll be standing and moving through some traditional standing yoga postures known for building strength and power. Before we begin, I'd like to go over proper alignment in each of these poses. So the first pose we'll be doing is chair pose. Now in chair pose, we have our feet about hip width apart, directly under our knees, toes pointing straight ahead. When we bend our knees into chair pose, we want to sit back as if we're sitting on a chair. Our back is straight, and see how my head is in alignment with my spine. The most important thing is to look down at your knees and make sure that they're not going too far forward. We never want our knees to go over our toes, like that. So we sit back. We should always be able to see our toes. All right, that is a correct chair pose. Now, if this creates strain on your knees or it feels too much for your thighs, we can come up and do a shorter stance in chair pose. Always remember to listen to your body in every position and don't do anything that feels uncomfortable or unsafe. The second position that we'll be taking is a wide-legged position, in dance commonly known as second position. In yoga, it's often called horse stance or goddess pose. So we have our toes turned out. Find a comfortable position where you feel stable. Don't try to turn your toes out too far. And we make sure that our knees are opening out onto our toes. So we don't want to have our knees in front of our feet or roll over onto our arches. Make sure your weight is planted evenly on your whole foot and always be opening your knees over those feet. And the other important point about this position is the position of our pelvis. So we want to engage our abdominal muscles here so that our core is strong. We don't want to be sitting like this, making the shelf back here, and we also don't want to tuck under. So nice neutral pelvis, riding up and down as if you're riding up and down on a pole. All right, and the next position we'll do is Warrior Two. So to get into Warrior Two, we'll be standing. Take your front leg, the direction you're going to go into, and step forward a comfortable amount. Now the back leg should be at a right angle to the front leg or slightly turned out. So we have a comfortable distance between our legs, not too wide, not too short. And then we'll be bending our front knee. Back leg will stay straight. When we bend our front knee, we want to make sure that our lower leg is always perpendicular to the floor, going straight up and down from your ankle. And our knee does not go past that point. So we don't want to go out here. That puts a strain on the knee. Even if we're pulsing, we might be doing some gentle pulses like this. Our knee never goes past that right angle to the floor. And of course the same to the other side. You just switch your position, switch your feet. We'll bend the front leg like that. And the last position will be a standing forward fold. Our legs will be wide. Again, engaging your core. Feel that strength here. With our hands on our hips, we'll go straight forward with a flat back. Finding that tabletop back. And then continuing forward, letting the hands drop to the floor. If you want to use a block for your hands, you could have 2 blocks under your hands like that for support. And we'll be shifting from side to side. If it's uncomfortable for you to have your head down that low, just take this position like here on some blocks or two thick books, and we can shift. That way you can keep your spine flat and keep your head elevated, and just shifting side to side like this. One more thing I want to show you is cat-cow, standing cat-cow. Normally we do cat-cow on all fours, but we're going to do cat-cow standing. So bending our knees, now we have our feet almost as wide as our yoga mat. We bend our knees and place our hands above our knees on our thighs like this. Draw your navel into your spine, letting your chin tuck in. You're going to inhale and arch the spine. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, and come back to neutral and slowly come up. All right, so those are our basic positions we'll be moving through, and as I said, we're going to add a lot of movement on the top of those basic leg positions. Let's start with some centering breaths. With our feet pointing straight forward, feet are hip width apart. We'll bend our knees into chair pose, sitting back, long spine, gentle pulse. Let's swing the arms up with a big inhale and back. Remember to hold on to your core muscles, always engaging your core. We'll pulse the foot, pressing into the ball of the foot, and change, stretching out the arch, the toes. 2, 3, and down. Adventurous, you can rise up onto your toes, swing up and down, swing up and down. One more time, swing up and down. Come back to center. Taking our goddess pose. Swivel your feet. These toes are pointing straight forward. This is perpendicular or slightly angled out. Find your warrior pose. Gentle pulse. Place your hands above your knee for support. Open. Open and up. Down and back. See if you can follow your hand with your eyes, but if that throws off your balance, then just keep your vision to the front. And easy arm swings. We can keep our hands here for support and stretch to the side. Straightening the front leg. Reverse the stretch. Bending the front knee, supporting with your hand. Reach. Straightening the front leg. Reaching up. Come back to center. Switch to the other side. Bending the front knee. First find your stability. Looking over your front fingers, gentle pulse. Placing your hand on your leg. Open. Reach up. Arm comes back. Follow your hand with your eyes. Up. And just some easy arm circles. Release the shoulder. Now take a side stretch. Using your hand on your leg for support. Or you could even go down to your elbow. Straighten the front leg. Flowing triangle. Back to warrior. Triangle pose. Back to warrior. Remember, you can just have your hand for support there. One more triangle. And back to warrior two. So turn your feet, pointing straight front. Hands on the hips. We'll release forward. Flat back, able to spine. Your hips go back, slowly go over. Release forward. Now we swivel from side to side, lunging one side and then the other side. Letting your head and spine sway. If that makes you dizzy, then you can lift up just onto your fingertips and stay there. If that's even too low for your head, we can take a block and rest our hands on a block and keep a nice flat spine. From here, we place one hand on the block and sweep the opposite arm up for a gentle twist. Exhale down. Replace your hand. Sweep up with the opposite arm. off the knees for support. Gentle twist, looking over your shoulder. Come back to center, look over the opposite shoulder. Well done.